Hi everyone, Leanne here from Jaded Blossom, and it is day 3 of our November release, and I have 3 tags to share. Hey, so I'm using Jaded Blossom's baking dies, along with their Christmas banner dies, their Gnome dies, Candy Charm Add ONs, their milk carton dies, their treat tag dies, their rounded tag, and their bread tag die, along with their brand new Gingerbread Candies grid style stamp set. And I'm also using Doodlebug's Night Before Christmas 12-inch, Let It Snow 6-inch, and their petite prints in gingham linen. So I went ahead and I stamped out this adorable new freebie stamp. This is the Goody Goody Gumdrops. I'm also using that stamp set. Sorry guys. Onto Nina Solar White 80-pound cardstock, and I cut it out using our milk carton die. And then I pulled out my Copic markers. They'll all be listed on my blog. And I colored up these little gumdrops. And then now I cut them out right on the line. And I'm using a Memento Tuxedo black marker just to edge around them, because I'm going to be doing some, what's it called when you, paper piecing. Okay, so first of all, I cut out that rounded tag die in Pure Poppy cardstock from Paper Tray Ink. Then I cut out the layer in Night Before Christmas 12-inch paper line, and this is their plaid. Now remember, usually every Christmas they come out with a plaid. Just use that plaid. It'll work fine. Now this is the reinforcement from the treat tag die that's also cut out of the Pure Poppy cardstock from Paper Tray Ink. And then I went ahead and I cut out the back of that, like another one of those layers, but in white Paper Tray Ink cardstock, because I want to have somewhere to write to the recipient on the back. So I'm adding on this little layer, and I cut that out with our milk carton die, the top layer. And then as you notice, I'm adding on this tag onto the back. Now you'll notice that I did use a little punch. It's a 1/2-inch circle punch, because I noticed that for some reason when you flip it around so the pretty side is sandwiched, the hole doesn't line up. I don't know why that is, but whatever. So that's why I used a 1/2-inch little hole punch, just to make it look straight in the back, because you know I'm crazy. Okay, so now I'm going to pop up the little extra gumdrops with Stampin' Up! Dimensionals. And there we go. And you'll notice that I did edge around them in that tuxedo black marker, just because it makes it look like it's cut out perfectly, even when it's not. So there you have it. And isn't that sweet? I love that freebie. Now there'll be some rules, so check out the rules. Now I did go ahead and I cut out these little holly pieces, and that is from Jaded Blossom's Christmas banner dies. And I used our gingham linen, or not our, Doodlebug's gingham linen, the petite prints, and I used the linen side to cut out the green. So I'm adding a couple little pieces of holly to this little gumdrop just to make it special, right? Isn't that cute? Does everyone else make little homemade Christmas tags for the gifts that they wrap? I don't know. I do it every year. So, you know, I do need enough Christmas cards, and then I need to make enough Christmas tags. So now I'm pulled out my Nouveau Crystal drops in, what's it called? Berry Red? Is that what it's called? Red Berry. Okay, so now I'm going to put together my bread tag. Cut that out first in Paper Tray Ink white cardstock. And I'm using my ATG tape and a little bit of glitter glue around the edge. And then I'm going to sandwich these, so the pretty side is showing on both sides, if you know what I mean. The nice stitching and everything. And I'm just going to line those up. And then I'll have a nice pretty place to write on the back of it, because, you know, I'm crazy like that. Now I cut out the layer in Paper Tray Ink white cardstock, and now I'm going to ink blend some Distress Oxide ink in tumbled glass onto the center of the tag, just to give myself a little spot to add my little images, right? I'm going to do the same thing to this rounded tag, because I'm going to build another tag, but I thought I have the Distress Oxide ink out now, so I'm just going to ink blend it on. And there you have it. So pretty easy. And I'm going to build it the exact same way, right? So that's my back. And you'll notice that I use that 1/2-inch punch again, just so when I sandwich the pretty layer on, that the holes line up. And there you go. because I'm crazy. You don't have to do that, but you know, these are crazy Leanne tips. Okay, so now I'm going to layer the rounded tag onto the Pure Poppy cardstock tag that I cut out. Now, all my die cutting today was done with my Gemini machine as per usual. Now, this is that same pretty plaid paper from that Night Before Christmas 12-inch paper line. So there you have it. Isn't that pretty? And I'm just going to layer it down. I pulled out some pretty twine. There you go. And I don't even know the brand of that one. I know the red twine that I use is close to my heart, but this pink one, I'm not quite sure. I didn't really label it. Now that little reinforcement is also from that treat tag die set. I like to put a little pretty reinforcement around the hole. Okay, so this is that twine I was talking about from close to my heart, but any baker's twine works. You know, just find some baker's twine that matches and go to town. So there you go. So I'm just going to thread it through and loop it through the hole again. Try not to make a mess. There you have it. And isn't that, I just think that these are so pretty. Okay, so now I'm going to put together my little scene. So these little mitts were cut out of the Let It Snow 6-inch paper line. And you'll see that I'm just going to kind of layer them up, right? I cut it in 2 patterns. There you go. I'll weight it down. Now I'm going to pop up the little tray that was from the baking dies from Jaded Blossom. Now you could also use the tray that comes with the brand new Gnome add-ons, right? But I'm pulling in an oldie here because you can always mix in old stuff when you're creating. There you go, using my reverse tweezers. Now you'll see that I did cut out this little sentiment from the Gingerbread Candies grid style stamp set that's stamped onto Nina Solar White 80-pound cardstock with First Fine Claire Nocturne ink and cut out using the Gnome Dies Candy Charm Add Ons. Okay, so now I'm going to put together, I've got my little spatula. You'll notice that I did cut it out a second time to give it a red handle. And now I'm going to pop up the 2 tiny little candies that I did color with Copic markers. They'll all be listed on my blog. There you go, isn't that cute? And I did cut those ones out using my Brother Scan & Cut with a 0.4 border. Instead of using the round grid style grid die, I guess you want to call it, I wanted to make them look like little candies on this tray. Isn't that cute? I just think it's a cute idea. And of course, I want to get them in a good spot on this tray. There we go. I just think they're so sweet. Now, I did pull out a Secura White Jelly Roll pen in a number 8 and number 10, and I also used their sparkle pen to add garland and sparkle to that little tree because I just thought it was so cute. Now, I'm going to add a couple little holly leaves to the tray just to make it a little bit special, right? And I'll be adding 3 little dots using that, what's it called again? And of course, it's gone out of my head. Red berry. There we go. Nouveau Crystal Drops. Just so pretty. So now I'm going to put together the rest of this bread tag. I know I hop around a little bit. Sorry, guys. But, you know, this is how I create. So I'm going to add my little white layer. And I will weight that down. And then I sort of didn't turn on my little camera. So you get the gist. I'm just arranging them the exact same way I arranged them on the other little rounded tag. I'm going to pop up the 2 little cookies. Now remember, you can put these on the bottom of Hershey Kisses or treats. Use the round grid stamp set or grid die. Use them as they're meant to, but you can also use them as little cookies on your tray. Why not, right? So now I'm going to add those 2 little holly leaves again, because I find it just adds a little festive touch, right? There we go. And then I'm going to add on the little sentiment. I think these sentiments are so sweet. Great for not just putting on the bottom of candies. You can use them as a sentiment on a tag or on a card, right? So now I'm pulling out those red berry Nouveau Crystal Drops again. And I'm going to put 3 little dots because, you know, I'm a slave to craziness like that. So now I did pull out some white tulle. And I'm using my Bow Easy. And I did cut it because it's 6-inch tulle. So I cut it in half lengthwise so I have 3-inch tulle. And I'm going to make 2 bows out of that. I love to use tulle to, you know, tie bows on gifts and stuff because it's just a great way. It always matches what you got going on. So now I've got 2 little tulle bows that I'm going to add to the top of each of these tags with some hot glue. There we go. I just find it's the fastest way, right? And there you have it. And quickly pop on that bow. There's no bow on my bread tag die. I could have put one on the bread tag die, but I thought, nah, I'm not going to put one on there. There you have it. I just think that these are so pretty. And they're nice and filmy, right? Which is nice. Now you could have used Jaded Blossom's bow dies and used paper. That would work too. So now I'm pulling out these are Nouveau glitter drops in White Blizzard. I think it's called White Blizzard, right? It's the sparkly clear ones. And what that will give is these little gumdrops, like a sparkly finish, like a sugared gumdrop would have. And I'm just going to add those to my little gumdrops so I have that sparkly little look, because, you know, gotta have the sparkle, right? It just adds something to your cute little tags, gift tags. At least I think so. So cute. Okay, now I'm pulling out my Nouveau Crystal Drops in Simply White because, you know, I can't leave well enough alone, and I'm going to add a few little droplets to my background of this tag just to make it a little bit more special. Now, you could have used little sequins, little rhinestones, little enamel dots, you know, whatever floats your boat, but I pulled out my Nouveau Crystal Drops. You just want to let them settle to the side and dry, and then you'll have nice little dome droplets on your little tags. And there's the third one. So thank you so much for stopping by. Be sure to hop on over to the Jaded Blossom blog. Be inspired. The Jaded Blossom store. Remember, everything goes live tomorrow. You'll be able to get things a la carte. And there are going to be lots of videos and lots more projects. So thank you as always for watching. And we will see you soon in my next video. Bye, everyone.